Welcome to Traveling with Diamonds. My name is Barry. How are you? I'm doing a kit up and chat. I'm kitting up. Let me get my timer. There we go. Okay, I got my watch timer. Hopefully you can see that we are kitting up Glorious Purpose by Marvel. This is Loki, and he has 59 colors, and he's of course a Marvel Avenger. He's now an Avenger. He was kind of a villain, you know, in the beginning, probably when this came out, but now he's an Avenger. So I'm kitting this up for Fairy Tales and Folklore, which is the February event put on by Katie at Diamonds and Washi and Kate at Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper. I will try to link their channels or their, event video down below, if I remember to, so that you could take part too if you want. Basically, Loki applies because he's a Norse god, so that's kind of, folklore. Well, Katie said Loki counts, so that's why I'm doing Loki, and he's an older one in my kit, and I had never opened him. I had never opened this when I went to open it to pull out the drills. I was like, oh, I never opened it, and it's of the age of kits where it has ABs. It has 3 ABs. They're under the 150, and it has no fairy dust or any other specials. It had a washi tape and a cover minder in the toolkit, so it's that age of kit. So I'm trying to think. The washi tape was like hearts, and the cover minder was a little flower. So I'm going to start kitting this up. I have a dryer sheet. I have my Elizabeth Ward containers. I have my drills. Hopefully you can see pretty well. I don't always film kit up and chats extremely well, but let's see what we can do. I was going to try something different this time I'll try to get the plastic to not make noise when I talk. I was going to try to do something a little different this time, since Diamond Art Club, they are theoretically put their drills in order of weight. So I was going to try to do them that way and use like the biggest containers, the medium containers, the smallest containers, and the extra small containers in order. So we're going to try that this time, see if that works out. So we're going to, let's see, just go in a line here. We have 3 bags of 939. So they will probably fit in a big container. I should have done that differently. Sorry if you hear, my cats are playing with the beanbag chair. So if you hear rustling in the background. So yeah, I put the drills these are square drills. Put them in a dryer sheet and kind of pat them down. And then I think this will definitely go in a big container. I don't know how staticky our drills will be today. We will find out. So some updates. I have worked on all my WIPs because I did the diamond painting challenge over the weekend. So I'll give you a WIP update. Home is where the magic is. I am getting close to being halfway through, but I have still about 41 sections left, so I have a lot left on that. But that kit was supposed to take me the 3 months because I was going to do other WIPs like this one and some of my other ones while I was working on it. So I wasn't trying to finish it in January because I don't think I'm going to have any January finishes unless, I don't know, unless I get real ambitious about the Mandalorian and the Child or something over the weekend. Okay. The Mandalorian and the Child has 6 sections left, so that's why I could get kind of ambitious about that. I could probably get it finished for January if I wanted a January finish, but it's my only round kit. So I kind of need it to, for sanity. And then, the temperature project I update on Sundays. So it's up to date, to be updated on Sunday from last Sunday. And then the summer mystery, I have 15 sections left, so we made just a tiny bit of progress on that. And then the sleeping cat, there's 16 sections left, so did a few sections of that. So those two, the sleeping cat and the summer mystery, are really going to go on hold. Don't expect to see updates on them. Yeah, don't expect to see updates on them. They are going to go on hold till their respective seasons. Unless I get another whim and do another challenge or something where I bring them out. But let's see if this fits in this container or if we're going to have to. I think it fits. Whoops. There's a lot of drills falling. Kind of fits. So yeah, so those are my WIPs. And I ordered nothing this week, and I'll tell you why. I've had a really bad week. I've had a lot of weird things happen. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, so hopefully this won't be too depressing. So I did that diamond painting challenge last week, and I was enjoying it so much on Saturday, and the weather was changing, and we were getting, we were getting so much rain, and I didn't really leave the apartment, and depression set in a little bit on me on Sunday. And I was getting tired, and I think I was just tired. I diamond painted for over 13 hours. So I think I enjoyed it so much on Saturday. And Sunday, I really didn't. And that probably comes through in the video when you see it in 2 weeks. I was getting into depression. I have tendencies to go into depression. I have anxiety, and that's a normal thing for me too. I do take medication for both. I do talk to therapists, and I do have a psychiatrist. But anyway, so I was kind of, and I think it was the rain and just the weather, and I think I was tired. I think diamond painting that much is tiring, even if it's something you love. And I had enjoyed it so much Saturday, I thought I would keep enjoying it on Sunday. But, I really didn't. And then, you have the Sunday, with the Sunday scaries, you just not really wanting to go back to work. And we didn't know what the weather was going to do. And, all that. And then, and then it kind of snowed, and so it was weather, but there's some good things happened. I'll get into those later, but we'll go through kind of the bad things first just to get them out of the way. So I took a large look at my finances, and I really have overspent the last few months, and I really shouldn't have. I've really, you know, you've noticed me buying a lot of diamond paintings. I've really just overspent my budget. I have a budget. I use YNAB. You need a budget. YNAB.com. I love it. I think it's wonderful, but I was really spending outside of my budget. I really need to be paying off some stuff. I really need to be saving. I really don't need to be overspending. But I overspent. And I'm there, you know, and so now, so one of the things, you know, I took a big look at my budget, and I really, you know, kind of looked hard at it and did a deep dive. Would this fit in the smaller one? Yes, I believe so. You know, did a deep dive, and I do that every once in a while. It's really a good exercise, but it made me very anxious because I really overspent, really dipped into some money I shouldn't have spent. You know, really made it hard on myself for this coming up month. But you know, I'll make it. Things are gonna look, you know, things are gonna work out. It's just, you know, I was mad at myself for putting myself in that position, like, because I should know better. I'm 44 years old. I should know better than to overspend my budget, and I should pay attention, and I should have known that, you know, I really needed to be paying off some stuff and not and I'll put these in some sort of order later. You know, I just, it is what it is. So I got myself a little down over that. So I decided, you know, kind of an instant thing was to de-stash 9 kits. I went through my Gems Flow, and I'm like, what could I give up? And my first pass of what I could give up came up with the 9 kits. And I've sold 5 of them. Yeah, I've sold 5 of them as of today. And so I've done, you know, that's pretty good. I put them on Facebook and Discord. What's left that I'm just de-stashing is a cat named Petunia, which came in a, you know, mystery box. It's Capture the Sky, which is an old kit. But it's really pretty. It just, the reasons why I bought it don't apply anymore, so it's not as appealing to me as it used to be. It reminded me of some travel I did, but I don't know. You know, it was kind of, I could keep it or leave it. I just wasn't, I wasn't feeling it anymore. So I decided to put on the de-stash, but there hasn't been any interest in it, so. And then Boundary Waters, which came in a, which is a really pretty landscape. And I like landscapes. I just never do landscapes. So I really wanted to keep it and, you know, do a landscape, but, it's something I can part with. And, you know, it's a big kit. And then, Book Lovers, which is the orange cats, around the books, that came back Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It was a Black Friday. I really like that kit too, but, for some reason that one, I like my other kits more. So that one's not going to come up to get done as quickly. So I thought if somebody else wants it, I can make some money. So the nice thing is these kits sell for, you know, decent prices on Facebook de-stash and, I'm Facebook D-Stash and Discord. You know, they sell. I'm hoping those other 4 sell. If anybody here is interested in any of those 4, I have set up a separate email account for my YouTube channel. It is travelingwithdiamonds@gmail.com. So if you ever wanted to get in touch with me for any reason, but if you're interested in any of those kits, I, be happy to sell them to you. Yeah, my email is travelingwithdiamonds, all one word, all at gmail.com. So I set up a separate email account so people could get in touch with me in case they ever needed to for some reason or wanted to. And I'll try to put that down below. So, yeah, so the money thing, and then, a really, really scary, really, hard, bad, like, and I can't get into it here, but just know that this really scary, hard thing happened with my company and at work. And I'll let you know, I don't think my job's in jeopardy. It's not anything like that. But it's just the nature of some of the stuff we do. Yeah, something just bad and scary happened, or could happen, or like has happened with other offices and may happen with ours. So that's no fun. And then I lost my work phone, and I was freaking out about that. And I'm like, man, will nothing go my way? I kept feeling like, Wally's had diarrhea. So I've been worried about him and trying to get meds into him, and everything was closed on Monday, and he had diarrhea all weekend, and everything was closed on Monday because we had snow, and that was not helping, because I didn't know, like, what, I knew I could buy him this stuff that has, it's like this paste that has, like, probiotics and, like, I forget the 2 ingredients, but these 2 ingredients that help, make the stool solid. So I needed to get that, and so I got that on Tuesday, finally, and, the mobile vet got back with me, and I talked to the local vet here around the corner, and we got, I was able to get him some of that and some probiotics, so I've been giving that to him. And the mobile vet, so this is the second time he's had these bouts of diarrhea, and we don't know if he's getting into something or what, This is a lot of 310. I think it's going to take more than... I think it's going to take more than one of these big containers. So the mobile vet is going to do a stool PCR. So I had to collect a sample, and I got that to her on Thursday because that was when we could meet up. So I kept it cold outside on the porch to keep it from going bad. And I took the sample on Wednesday and gave it to her on Thursday. And hopefully I had enough of a sample. She said she only needed like a teaspoon. But then there's so much sand in with what I gave her, I'm just afraid it's not a big enough sample. And I was trying to get to an audit I had to do on Thursday when I was trying to meet up with her, and I didn't have time to collect another sample and meet back up with her, and so she's gonna send it in, and hopefully it works out, and hopefully we'll find out something from that. The PCR should say if there's any bacterias or fungus or viruses or anything like that is maybe what's causing his diarrhea. So I've been worried about him, you know, and it's stressful to give him the medicine. You can tell he doesn't like it. The probiotic pills work better because you just open the pill over his food and he eats it. The paste you have to kind of push into his mouth. And he almost gags, you know, like I don't think he likes the texture. And anything that's left over I rub on his front of his paw so that it'll lick it off. And he just, you could tell he doesn't like it. So I try to give him treats, and you have to do that for a good 48, 72 hours. And I haven't noticed him having, you know, diarrhea because it's pretty noticeable. I haven't noticed it like today. So I'm hoping that maybe I need to kind of investigate a little bit and see if he's having solid. Still, I know this is gross. Sorry if I'm grossing you out. Sorry, this is a bummer and grossing out kind of thing. So, you know, I need to work on that, and then, you know, and hopefully we'll hear back from the vet. But, yeah, we need to, get an answer back from them, and see if they could get, if there was a big enough sample, and we'll have to get another sample, and I don't know. Hopefully it's solidified soon, and he will take probiotics for another 10 days, and hopefully that'll help kill whatever, or, you know, like recolonize his digestive tract or whatever. He's acting fine. And Eva's fine, and she's not having diarrhea. The other thing that happened is Eva's food, her feeder won't tell me when it's empty. Usually the other feeder gives me a notification on my phone when it's empty, and hers will not tell me when it's empty. And I need to go and like take it apart and clean it and see if I can get the sensor clean and whatever, and see if it's that. Because it's happened twice, and then I feel so bad because I have no idea how long she's gone without, you know, food. I don't think it was that long this time. I think it was like half a day, you know, like maybe half a day. But it still makes me feel bad that I don't know that her feeder's out of food. So I gotta get something to do this afternoon is take that apart. And I just made a mess. Take that apart and see if I can find all the sensors and get them clean. And then I need to pour the food I poured in there out into something, like a bucket or something. Or I have a big bowl I can probably pour it into, and then like prove to them with a video that the sensors are clean and it's still not showing. If it's still not showing, no, you know, add food. Then so we need to work on that, and then like Monday night everything canceled, and I was so excited because on Monday my surgeon didn't cancel on me. So I am now 12 and a half weeks past my surgery. And on Monday, I was approved to do ab exercises and stop wearing compression. And that was very exciting. That's a good thing that happened. And I really wanted to go to exercise class, but it got canceled. And then choir got canceled. So, you know, things that probably would have helped my mood got canceled. And then I don't know if I can close this. Okay. And then we have a little bit of black left. 310. So, what was I? Oh, yeah, so everything canceled. So, believe me, my mood, and you know, I've talked to other people this week and their mood's been off too. I think it's the storm, the weather, I don't know, the moon. You know, Mercury's not in retrograde, I checked. you know, I don't know what's going on. I think it's a lot of things. And I've just had a lot of things that were really kind of just challenging and, you know, nothing awful. Like, you know, I mean, I'm blessed in so many ways. And, it's just some things caught me off guard, I think, this week that I wish hadn't caught me off guard. So, I'm gonna put a symbol on this little bit of 310. Put a sticker on it so I use it first. Okay, and then what's next? We have a pretty blue. There's actually a lot of blue in this kit. I thought it would be all green because Loki's green, but it's actually really blue. You see that? I don't know how's the video up there doing? Are you seeing me do this? I think so. I think so. So yeah, so Monday, but it was exciting that I did get approved to do ab workout, and I don't have to wear compression at night. But to tell you the truth, I had almost stopped wearing it anyway. And then Tuesday I had a lymphatic massage, and you know that's good for the mind and the body, and because I'm still swelling a little bit, and so we're trying to get all the things drained, but I'm not swelling as much as I had been, so the swelling's really gone down, so we can be grateful for that. Oh dear, what color was this? I need to keep the baggie over here before 3843. Need to keep the baggie over here before I put the label on the thing. Oh, and then Wednesday we had our final Real Roots dinner. And it's been a good group of women, and I'm so glad I got to know them. And they have just been so encouraging and supportive, and I think I made friends. I think it like served its purpose. I think I've really made some friends that I can, you know, talk to and rely on and tell people, you know, like I think there's, you know, something good came out of all that, you know, it's supposed to, but you just never know. You just never know how things are going to go with something like that. And I'm glad it ended up the way it did. And I'm glad I'm glad for the people. And I have one more gal date. So on Monday at lunch, I'm going to go have lunch with one of the girls. And then those are our planned things, you know, and the group's over, but we have a group chat. And we have a group chat, and oh, come on, tell me. Okay, go back to my timer. Sorry, I got a notification, and I keep thinking maybe the vet has already gotten the results of that PCR, but it may be Monday. She didn't tell me how long it would take. Okay. She didn't tell me how long it would take, so we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. We're supposed to get very, very, very cold weather this weekend. Yeah. This is 336. A lot of navy blue and blue in this kit, which I like blue. I like green too. Green and blue. Purple. Of course I like purple. But kits don't come up too much that are purple that I've seen, but I have some in my stash. Like I think Jeremiah Kettner's Kitty Cats is pretty purple. You know, it's pink and purple. And then Randall Spangler always uses purple. There's always like 550 or one of the real deep purples in his kits. Like this Home is Where the Magic Is. The Home is Where the Magic Is has a lot of purples and blues in it. And so it's very pretty. I'm enjoying the house a lot. I didn't want to diamond paint this week. I diamond painted on Monday. I did like half a section. And then this morning was the time I diamond painted again. Was early this morning. I just was in such a mood that diamond painting was not feeling, you know, like something I wanted to do. You know, I have to say my mood is very much feeling better today. You know, I don't know if the medicine kicked in, the weather changed, who knows what happened. I found my work phone. You know, like I was so worried I was going to have to tell my company I lost that phone somewhere in my apartment and I can't find it. And I tried to like find my iPhone, and I'm not an iPhone user except for my work iPhone. I use an Android in everyday life, in my personal life. And so I did to find my iPhone through the iCloud thing or whatever, and it had been turned off for too long. It had been dead. And I remember bringing it home from Memphis, and I remember bringing it into the apartment, and then I don't remember looking for it or using it because I haven't really been in the office, which is not helping my mood either. Going into the office helps my mood, but the cat was sick. It was so cold. You know, I was wanting to preserve the cat. I wanted to get the sample to the vet. I wanted to do all these things. So I worked remotely this week, and I didn't feel great last week, and I worked remotely. So I haven't been in the office in 2 weeks, which I should always remember that getting up and going into the office always makes me feel better because it makes me feel more human, you know, like, and you interact with people and stuff like that. So, should always go to the office when I can. So I'll go next week. Well, next week I have a charrette and a site visit that's local here in town. I don't have very many projects local here in town, but there is Redstone Arsenal in town, and we have a project there. And I don't have a big scope on this project. I'm just going to because I'm local. So if I can do anything to help because I, know the Arsenal and know the town and know the people and things like that, like, and just to get my face in front of the Arsenal people and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's more of a marketing thing for me to go than anything. So I gotta put my marketing hat on, gotta get my mood up, definitely for that. Put my marketing face on and be useful. And then, you know what? Something else that was good this week. I did find the iPhone. Is I was able to work out. I'm doing my morning workouts, and I have a few more weeks of those before my shoulder surgery, and then I'm just taking 2 weeks off of that. So it won't be like last time when I took 4 or 6 weeks off. I forget. I took 4 or 6 weeks off with the last surgery. So the shoulder surgery, I'm just taking 2 weeks off of PT, of personal training. I mean, I'm starting PT the morning after my my surgery, and so hopefully those two, the personal training and the physical therapy, will kind of coincide with each other, and all that. And I tried to register for my surgery, but they said call back in a few weeks because I'm a little worried. So I've met my deductible. You know, something else that was worrying me this week. I've met my deductible this year, but I haven't met my out-of-pocket because I have a high deductible insurance plan. And yeah, that one more, two more things that have been, you know, that have to do with insurance that have been worrying me. So I have a, let's see, will you fit in a little container or will you fit in a big container? I think you probably should go in a big container because there's bills left. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, so I haven't met my out-of-pocket deductible. I met my deductible, which my deductible is pretty high, so I've had to pay all that. You know, January always costs more, and I should have realized that. So I think what's going to happen with the surgery, I'm getting conflicting information from my insurance on a lot of things right now, which is frustrating. I don't think my insurance does a very good job of communication. So I tried to do the, like, what's it going to cost to have shoulder arthroscopy, and it says it's only like $2,000, but that seems low. That seems like maybe it's that plus the anesthesia plus the medical fees. You know, like I think it's that plus something is my guess. Because I'm going to have to pay 20%. I think, you know, up to my out-of-pocket. But my out-of-pocket's like $5,000, and I'm only $2,000 in, or like I have $3,000 left there. So I don't think the 20% will be $3,000. I hope the 20% is not $3,000. I hope the 20% is less than $2,000. It'd be nice if it was a couple $100. If it really was the $2,000 for the, but I'm not sure. And I have some care credit I could use, but I don't want to put more stuff, you know, putting more stuff on credit is, you know, another payment that I need to be making. So yeah, so trying to figure that out. So I will call in a couple weeks and get the surgery scheduled, and I'm sure they will have me pay then. And, you know, hopefully things go okay. Fingers crossed. You know, I may try destashing a few more kits. I may try, I don't know. I don't think I have any chances to work overtime. I think I have work to, you know, I have work to keep me busy for 40 hours, not, need to stop. Let's see, 782. Is 782? Yeah, 782. Yeah, so I don't think I'll have chance, because I do get paid straight time for overtime, so. And it's not taxed in Alabama. That's another thing that I'm looking at my tax return, and it looks like I will get a return this year, and a decent one, and that's good. So, you know, you gotta be grateful for the good things they're having. But the other thing with my insurance is I take a GLP-1. That's how I lost my, That's how I lost the weight. Let's see. Which side seems to be bigger? I think this side. This seems to be bigger. Okay, come here. Yours seem to be bigger. I don't know that this is necessarily better than the way I usually kit up, but there's no sorting until after you get them all in containers, which is kind of nice, maybe. So, oh yeah, so I take a GLP-1. I've taken a GLP-1 for 2.5 years. And that's how I lost 90 pounds. But taking the GLP-1 is how I keep the weight off. Oh gosh. Nope. 38.43. Nope. 336. Nope. Where did I just put that? 310. 37.61. 37.61. That's got to be what this is. 37.61. But how I keep the weight off is I keep taking it. And my insurance is throwing another hoop, which, I just don't know. I can't decide if they're throwing the hoop to knock people off like me who are taking it just for maintenance. I think they're doing it I think that's their plan, is to stop covering it for people who are on for maintenance, but don't they realize that if I gain the weight back, I'll need it again? It's likely not to work as well. I mean, I try to eat healthy. I'm not the best. I still eat processed food. I mean, I'm trying to eat from stuff out of my freezer and my pantry, it's not spend so much on DoorDash and stuff like that, or just eating out in general. So I'm trying to, do better with that. And I do the Fit 5 meals, and those are they're like Factor. They're like meals you put in the fridge and you heat up in the microwave. And they come out of a company in Birmingham called Fit 5. And I have some in my freezer from when I had surgery that are still good. And I need to eat those. I need to clean out my fridge. That's what I really, really need to do, is clean out my fridge. And the static hasn't been bad in these. Knock on something. So, I mean, I definitely work out. I haven't been walking because it's been bitterly cold. And I don't like walking when it's bitterly cold. Should have put this in a bigger container. But I haven't been walking as much as I need to walk. I mean, I need to walk at 45 minutes to an hour a day. I just need to. I need it for my mental health. I need it for my, my weight. And then, I need to, and I do my training and my working out and, it's eating right. And, I could maybe do it on my own. Man, I don't want to try. If I don't have to. I like the GLP-1. I like taking the GLP-1. I don't have any bad side effects from it. So, it is good. But anyway, yeah, so if my insurance stops covering it, I think I can get the vials from Lily Direct And I would probably go down to the 2.5 milligram because it's the cheapest for like $2.99 a month. And that's a little less than what I put in my HSA every month. So I could pretty much pay for it out of my HSA. Because from what I've been told on the vials is you actually get more than 4 doses out of a vial. And I could actually pay for a bigger vial and get even more doses but you have to get the prescription every 45 days or they don't give you the price. So there's so every 6 weeks, but I think you can get 6 weeks out of the vial. So it wouldn't be $300 every month. It would be $300 every 6 weeks. So it would be, what's that math? $200 a month, which is definitely less than what I put in my HSA every month. Because I need my HSA for other things too. You know, my other prescriptions, although I've hit my deductible, so all my other prescriptions should be cheaper. But anyway, so I have a plan if they do stop covering it. Although I went online today and went into my health insurance and it said I had coverage until April. So maybe I have coverage until April, but I got a letter in the mail saying I had coverage until tomorrow. And then I had to comply with this other thing. But every time I try to apply to this other thing, this Teladoc thing, it says I'm not eligible. So we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. I think on February, I'm going to call them and have them do a test and see if I can get this all confirmed as to whether or not I have coverage. Continual, being on maintenance. And, because I'm lucky. I am so blessed that it's been covered this whole time. Like, so many people are not in this situation. Like, I am so, so blessed. Like, I know it. I need to stop putting the thing over there before I remember what color I'm getting. Yeah, I mean, I'm so lucky. Like, so many people are not in my situation, and I feel for them. So we gotta get that figured out. But I think I have plans. I have options. I have plans. I think I'll be able to, and I'm stockpiling pens a little bit because I went ahead and got another prescription because I'm allowed to get them every 21 days. So I went ahead and got another prescription. Like, it should ship soon. It already billed and everything, so it's in this month, and then it should ship next week. And that'll give me 4 shots, and I have 3 shots in the fridge, and so that's 7 shots. And I'm only taking 1 shot, and then I'm off for 2 weeks because of surgery. So I have shots through March, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I have shots through most of March. I have at least 3 weeks of March worth of shots. So we have time to figure this out. We just got to count the blessings that I do have good insurance, and I have a good job that pays well, and I have no risk right now of losing it, and that luckily is not the bad and scary thing that is going on with work. But there's good stuff, and you know what? On Sunday, although, gosh, I need to stop being downer, but So Sunday I have tickets to go see The Sound of Music, which I'm so excited about. I love The Sound of Music. But two of their previous what do you call them? The musical, performances. I couldn't come up with that word. Two of their performances have been canceled because they had an issue where, like, this week they had an issue with the scenery, like falling on somebody and hurting someone. And then they had another kit got canceled because of like the motherboard went out in the sound system or something. So that run of The Sound of Music is not having very good luck. So fingers crossed that Sunday's performance goes off without a hitch and I get to see it, and because I will be very happy about that. Let's see here. Let's do this way. I think all of these will go in little containers. So that's my story, pretty much. Sorry if I was a downer. I'm really trying to look up. I'm really feeling better today than I have all week. Things are looking up. There's a silver lining in all the clouds, and we're supposed to get some really cold weather tomorrow, but I don't have anything to do. I can diamond paint, I can clean up, I can, I can sleep in, I can do whatever feels right. So that's good. The video that's going to come out Wednesday, I still need to film. It'll be my month in review. And you'll get to see the kits that I bought that came into my apartment this month. I'll unbox them on that. You get to see my WIPs. And probably no finishes unless I... why did I do that again? Keep saying don't do that, and then I do it. 96. 6843 414 310 336 376. Well, that's weird. Oh, 3761. 3761. Okay, we already did 3761. Okay, where's the one that I just... 930. What color are you? What color are you? You're kind of a blue-gray. Did I drop it on the ground? I'm sorry, guys. I am confused because I don't know what sticker to put on this one because I have lost the baggie that Apparently I have lost the baggie. Do you see the baggie? Are you screaming at me on the camera? The baggie fall on the floor? Did the baggie? I don't know. Where's the baggie? Is it 318? No, I don't think it's 318. No, I think it's something different. Okay, well, you will have to sit there until we figure out what number you are. Because I've picked up all of these. There's 310, there's 139, there's 3845, 782, 310, 931, 3766, 3818, 3750, 930. 930. 930. It must be 930. Yay! Oh gosh. Okay, sorry for all the plastic noise. I'm trying to get all the little containers into the baggie. All the little plastics. But now you have static. Okay. 9:30. Okay, where was I? What was I talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna do my month in review. I'm not gonna have any sorry for that strange moment of trying to find this number so I can put the sticker on. Then, what am I reading? I am making a command decision to stop reading The House Witch. I didn't make it very far, but man, everybody else in the book club says it's awful. That doesn't mean I'm gonna think it's awful, but I already don't care for the narration or the writing style, so I think I'm gonna quit. You know, and everybody saying it's awful sure doesn't excite me to keep going with it. So, I'm gonna quit that. I'm trying to decide what if I'm gonna listen to or physically read, and what I'm gonna read next. Like, my options are the fourth book of the ACOTAR series, I kind of want to reread the last book of the Bone. Oh, you need more. You may not fit in here. I kind of want to reread the last book of the Bone season. I kind of want to reread The Discovery of Witches and catch its latest book, because I don't think I have that on Audible or on Kindle. Maybe I have it on Kindle. So, I want to, you know, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll reread Discovery of Witches, reread those 3 books, and then the 4th book, which is kind of a tangential book, and then this 5th book. I don't know that this is going to fit. Maybe I will do that. Or I can listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl something. Apparently that's a wonderful audiobook to listen to. And then what other audiobooks do I have? I have a few that I already bought with credits, where I can use the Libby app to not, like, I have so many credits I already bought on Audible, so I'm not like spending money to buy extra credits. But This is the first time I've used this container size. Maybe. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so still determining what I'm going to read, and watching The Pit comes out on Thursdays, and then I'm watching, Bridgerton came out, and I like Bridgerton. I didn't the first time I watched Bridgerton. I was like, oh my god, I don't like this. I didn't like that they used modern music on a period piece. There was issues. I had issues with it. And then I got over it, and now I like Bridgerton. So I think we have 4 episodes of Bridgerton that I can watch this weekend. I still have some episodes of Pluribus that I want to watch. On Apple TV, and then Wonder Man looks interesting on Disney Plus. So I'm curious about that. May want to watch that. And then yeah, that brings us to about an hour. How are you guys? Are you doing well? Did you have a rough week or a good week? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. If you're interested in buying any of the D-Stash kits, my email's travelingwithdiamonds@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you made it this far in the video, leave some wonderful smiley faces as your emoji. So, and thanks. I hope you have a wonderful weekend or week or day when you see this. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.